speak about sacred objects. In places of worship, we normally have things that are sacred. Vitu ambao vinawekwa wakfu. Na ni vitu tu. These are just things, so they can even be people. They can be even the priests. It can even be a choir. Covenant box. Bronze snake. Even the Bible, even the Quran. There are things that brought in the places of worship. They are normally in the temple. They are normally in the church. You can even find them in the mosque. Even the direction of where people face. Those are sacred things. And because they are things that we are used to seeing, they are likely to draw you away from God, so that instead of focusing on God, you will find yourself focusing very much on those things. Even the bishop is sacred. The Pope is sacred. Even the rosary is sacred. These are just things in places of worship. And these things, it is God. Sometimes we say they have been anointed. They are holy. Even the Sabbath day. There are people who worship Sabbath day as we are talking today. So, I want to speak about these things because many people have gone astray. Instead of focusing to God, they are just focusing on those things. And this is very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. That people forget God, forget the Creator, and they focus on the creatures. We had a covenant box moving along with the Jews when they came from Egypt. We had a bronze snake. And this bronze snake came at the time when the Israelites were moving along, and because of suffering, because of falling into sin, God spoke to Moses about it. They were dying. So God told Moses to make a bronze snake. People brought the jewelry, and Aaron molded, and out of it, he made a bronze snake. Chuma tu, nyoka ya chuma. Na ukiangalia madaktari sana, utaangalia madaktari, utapata a sign of a snake kind of picture. Even the armed forces, you find the doctors on their crown, you will find that snake there. So they had this thing, and it was really working. Anybody who was bitten by a snake, or anyone who fell into sin, he was told, just stand up and look at the snake, at that thing. And they were being healed. They were being healed. But you know what? As time went on, these people, their attention now was drawn away from God, and it came onto this bronze snake. And it just became like an idol now to them. And they went very far away from God because of that sacred object. Even the Bible, this Bible that we have, even the Quran can become an object of worship just because it is sacred. Now we shall see what happened to the bronze snake. We shall read. A bronze snake, that thing was godly. That thing was holy. And it was performing miracles. But one king realized that they had gone astray. One king and this is Hezekiah. Halikuja akapata, sasa watu wamemwacha Mungu. Instead of focusing on God, they were focusing on a creature, something that had just been created. In fact, even the city of Jerusalem became so sacred that people, wherever they were, when they want to worship God, they had to change the direction and face it. Even this, the Mecca. Mecca is also sacred. It's a holy city. They say a holy city. Jerusalem was a holy city before Mecca also became a holy city. And this was just competition. But now see what King David did, King Hezekiah discovered. He discovered that these sacred things in the place of worship were taking people away from God. What did he do? We shall read. 2 Kings chapter 18 from verse 3. Hezekiah was a God-fearer. He took over from another king. But he went following the footsteps, the example of David. I'll read. Following the example of his ancestor King David, he did what was pleasing to the Lord. He destroyed the pagan places of worship, broke the stone pillars, and cut down the image of the goddess of Asherah. There was a goddess, a female god, goddess, known as Asherah. He also broke into pieces the bronze snake that Moses had made, which was called Nehushtan. I will read that again. He also broke into pieces the bronze snake that Moses had made, which was called Nehushtan. Up to that time, the people of Israel had burned incense to its honor. Hezekiah trusted in the Lord, the God of Israel. Judah never had another king like him, either before or after his time. Bronze snake ni kama ile fimbo ya bishop, ni kama ile kiti ya bishop unaonanga kanisani, ni kama zile picha ambao mnaendanga sometime mnaangalia, mnatazama mkifurahia. Imekaa hapo hekaluni. That bronze snake had stayed there for long and it had become an idol. Have you not seen people in the church bowing down to the altar where people are just seated? Those are the things that Hezekiah was destroying. If Hezekiah could come today, you know what he would have done? He would enter in this place of worship and put down all those things on the altar. Mahali ambao mnakaa, mnatazama, mkipita mkienda kukojoa mnarudi mnainama hapo. Ukitoka nje kidogo unarudi unainama hapo. And that's what the Israel were doing even to this bronze snake. They were doing the same. King Hezekiah came, moved by the Spirit of God, led by the Spirit of God, discovered these people were worshiping an idol. They were worshiping a sacred object. The message is about sacred objects, and we have them up to date. They are there. Let God help us. Let the Spirit of God come and help us, help these people, so that they turn away from the creature and worship the real preacher. Thank you. May God bless you.